Hi, I'm Veronica Falcon. I play Doctora Lana Soto in the new film of Jeff Waldo, Imaginary. And I just want to say hi to SA Live. Big kisses. You've been spending time with a new friend? He asked you to do something that hurt you.
It was part of the game.
Does that seem like a game a good friend would want to play?
Imaginary, but not innocent. The horror masterminds behind Five Nights at Freddy's and Megan are putting a terrifying twist on imaginary friends. Are they really just in a child's mind or something more? Well, actress Veronica Falcon from the new movie Imaginary is here to kind of talk about the freaky flick. Hey there.
Hey, how are you?
Doing well. I gotta ask, so growing up, did you have any imaginary friends or have friends who did have imaginary friends?
Of course. I think I had not one, but many imaginary friends. I had a basket of little bears, and I would have lunches and dinners with them and talk with them. And I also imagined I had fairy friends. I was a I was a kid with a very bright imagination.
So as far as scary movies, because I know, not only this one, but you've done Ozark, you've done the Forever Purge. Are you a fan of scary movies?
I am a fan of certain kind of scary movies. There's some that are really way too scary for me, but I like the genre. I really like psychological horror.
Yeah.
That's really one of my favorite subgenres, but yeah, I do like them. I'm a scary cat, so I'm scared about anything. I play a lot of very powerful characters, but I'm really very scary cat. Yesterday I was scared and screaming, and it was the first time I watched the movie. And it was so much fun, So
much fun to do. So let's talk about the movie. For those that don't know, what is it about?
Well, the movie, Jeff Waldo, which is our director, writer, and co-producer, wrote this incredible story about a little girl and her imaginary friend, and then that is linked to the imaginary friend of her stepmother. And these two stories intertwine, and they touch us they touch our imaginary collective, about what the mind can do sometimes, or what is real and what is not real, and what is a nightmare and what is not a nightmare.
And I think
nightmares become real, and when the familiar becomes strange,
yes.
So that's what Imaginary is about.
Tell us who you play in the movie.
Well, I play Doctora Lana Soto. She is a therapist. She specializes in children. And she has been Piper's character, Alice. She comes from a very difficult story. So Doctora Soto has worked with her before. And then Jessica, the stepmother, played by the Wanda Wise, she brings her back in to try to work with the child and see if she can figure out what's going on with her. So it is a great character to play, especially for a Latina. We don't get to play that many doctors and science women, and I think it's important to do so. Mm-hmm. So it's a good character. It's the voice of reason. Is the logical thought. Is the real world. That's what the character kind of represents in the story.
Now, Chauncey is the name of the imaginary friend in the movie. So my question to you is, would you rather be alone in a room with Chauncey or with Chucky the murder doll?
Oh, with Chauncey. 1,000 times more. Yeah, because they're both terrifying, right? But at least Chauncey is kind of cute.
Yes. Okay, so sum up the movie Imaginary in 3 words.
Scary, surprising, and fun.
Thank you so much, Veronica Falcon, for sharing some time with us. You can see Imaginary in theaters now. For more information, all you have to do is snap that QR code that you see there on your screen, or head to our website, salive.com, and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab. Thank you again.
He says he's right behind you.